Hey guys, Introspection here, and I'm back with another video. So, today I wanted to discuss a few articles that I found, all of which will be down in the description below if you're interested. From what I'm reading, there is a state in America, Arizona to be specific, where self-driving cars are being tested. And apparently, people are physically attacking these cars. Now, I have a real problem with this, and no, it's not because of the argument. Let's make that very clear. The concern that they have is very, very valid. It's completely understandable to be concerned about a 2-ton machine roaming the streets being driven by untested technology, or currently being tested technology. To give you an analogy to illustrate how I believe these people are feeling, imagine that there is a spacesuit. No other spacesuit exists more advanced than this one. Nothing even holds a candle to this thing. One caveat though, it's never been tested. Now, I want you to get into the spacesuit, go out into space, and not die. I want to see if it can keep you alive for any significant amount of time. Now, personally, I probably would not do that. I would wait for further testing to be done to make sure that it confidently will likely not kill me. Now, of course, this isn't an apples to apples comparison, but I think it gets the idea across. So, the argument is very valid. Of course, the other argument is also very valid. The argument can be made that's necessary to make cars safer. The argument can be made that so long as somebody's behind the wheel, it's just as safe or if not safer than a regular person driving. So both sides of this argument, from what I can tell, are extremely, extremely valid. So that's not my problem. My problem here is that attacking the self-driving cars are putting the people inside the cars in danger. Even though, yes, they're self-driving cars, since they're being tested, oftentimes there'll be people inside self-driving cars to make sure that if there's any emergency that needs human intervention, they're there. And attacking these cars put these people in danger, and I don't think that's right, especially if the argument is that these cars are putting people in harm's way, then it's counterproductive to put people in harm's way. It just doesn't make any sense. And on top of that, people are apparently trying to drive these cars off the road. Okay, not only does that put the people inside the car in danger, but also puts yourself in danger because you can cause a car crash, putting both of you in harm's way. And on top of that, it puts everybody else on the street in danger. Because if a car crash happens, somebody behind that car crash can crash into it. Somebody next to you something can spiral out of control and hit that car. Things can go flying. Blind people cause even more crashes. A variety of things can happen that puts a multitude of people in harm's way that can injure them or, God forbid, worse. So it's just not the right course of action. If your argument is safety to put these people in danger, and keep in mind that these are not inherently evil people. They're regular people like you and me, which are likely doing one of two things. Number one, they're just trying to do the job they were hired for, like a lot of us are trying to do. Or number two, they're trying to work on the technology. They're in the car to make sure that the car doesn't put anybody in harm's way. They're going to do their best possible job to make sure the car doesn't get in anybody's way and put anybody in harm's way. And they're trying to develop the car to make sure that it gets to a point where we legitimately do not have to concern ourselves with people being hit by these things, because it's being tested and they're trying to get to a point where we don't have to worry about it. So, given all this, it's not right to put the people in the cars in danger, and even more so when it involves putting yourself and a bunch of other people in danger. Personally, I want to get the amount of people in harm's way down to as close to zero as possible. I would say negative, but then that would involve bringing zombies back to life, and that's a whole other thing. But my point is that trying to cause harm to these cars, and more importantly, the people inside of them, that's just not right. It really isn't. Now, I suppose that if in a very, very specific scenario where this person was off to hurt or kill other people and the police could not get there in time to stop the car, then in that very specific scenario, these actions might be acceptable. But other than that, putting people that are driving the car aren't inherently bad people. Chances are they're regular people just like you and me. Not right. Now, if you're one of the people putting these cars, putting these people in harm's way, and this video by some miracle gets to you, I'm not sure how likely that is given the size of my channel right now, but if it does, look, listen, I know you're scared, but putting yourself in harm's way, I don't want to see you get hurt. I don't want to see the people inside the car get hurt. If this is a serious problem, I think we can legitimately figure something out. Like, with the resources we have at our disposal, so long as we're willing to listen to each other and conversate about this respectfully, we could probably figure something out. But one thing is for sure, if you're legitimately concerned about harm, then don't put other, like I said again and again, I'm probably going to keep saying this, just don't put people in harm's way. It's not right. Now, my personal understanding of the situation, and if you have any logic, resources, any reasoning that illustrates a counter argument, then go ahead and leave in the comment section below. I will be more than happy to read through it. I will be willing to have a discussion with you. If you're willing to listen to my side, I will be more than willing to listen to your side. But my view on this kind of thing is that if there's somebody behind the wheel and they have full control of the car, especially if something goes wrong, I don't see that being any more dangerous than a regular person driving, because they ultimately have full control of the car, and therefore, so long as they're a competent driver, or at least more competent than the average driver on the street, then chances are, from what I understand, that they will be able to react the same way somebody driving a regular car will be able to drive. So from what I can see, it doesn't seem to put people in more danger than a regular car. And keep in mind, guys, that I do like current cars. Like, I've made several car-related videos. If you go back to my channel, I've made several videos telling you advice about how to purchase your first car. I've made videos about how to maintain your tires. Okay, one video. But my point is, it's not like I'm unfamiliar with current cars or don't like current cars. But as far as I can tell, the current technology, so long as somebody's behind the wheel, it's as safe, or if not safer, as a standard driver, as long as they're more competent or as competent as your regular driver. So long as the drivers of the self-driving cars are trained to be at attention the entire time they're driving with the car. Now, in terms of long-term, whether I think these things should become a thing that everybody uses or not, I think that in terms of safety, it's best to have one or the other on the street. Whether it's everybody has a self-driving car or everybody is driving the cars themselves. I think that the mixture of self-driving cars and non-self-driving cars, or rather people driving those cars, is probably the most dangerous way to have it, because then you have to rely on the computer trying to process everything and people trying to keep from doing human error, which, let's face it, we're all a victim to. But if everybody is either driving the car, then everybody can react to each other. Or if everything is computerized and all the cars are self-driving, then there's really no need to worry, because then they can all keep track of each other. In which case, that would be safer than having this mixture. But one way or the other, I think the mixture, even though it's probably going to be necessary, and what I think is likely when we convert over to self-driving cars, that's probably going to be the most dangerous time period. But one or the other is probably the safest, as opposed to having a mixture of the two, from what I can tell. Again, if you could find any other arguments to disprove this, or any science, logic, go ahead and leave in the comment section down below. I'll be more than happy to have a conversation with you, so long as we're respectful of each other. If you're one of the drivers whose job it is to do this, I definitely want you to leave in the comment section below. I really want to know what your opinion is and how you see this whole situation folding out, because hearing it from a source like you would be invaluable to me. And that goes the same for people who are just living in the area of self-driving cars. I really want to hear what you guys think. I want to hear what your perspective is on it, because the more educated I can make myself from those discussions, the better I can make my videos. Other than that, go ahead and leave other comments in the comment section down below. Maybe tell me how great your day was today, or other ideas for videos in the future. Otherwise, make sure to hit that subscribe button and that bell button to catch my video in the next 2 weeks. Until then, hear nothing and listen to all. Bye, guys.